Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superman 88 with the first story, The Toughest Job in the World. Clark is sent on an assignment to report on what the toughest job in the world is. So if you're thinking this is going to involve Clark, because you've seen enough of these now, going to 3 different jobs, something going wrong, and him stopping it being Superman, you wouldn't be that far off. But it's not exactly that. First off, it's 4 places, not 3. Haha! They threw you a curveball. Now, these are mostly city jobs like riveting, truck driver, and smelting, working in some sort of foundry where there's a lot of melted metal, essentially. We're not doing like Alaskan crab fishing, which actually claims a lot of lives every year because it's a very dangerous thing to do, especially going out in the middle of the sea to fish crabs in some of the worst storm seasons available. But no, he's going to focus on a lot of city stuff. And yes, he goes to 3 different places and saves the day. But what seems to be going on is someone was sabotaging stuff at each one of these places, which is weird because why? Why specifically these 3 random jobs that Clark is coming to? There's really nothing in relation to each other except for Clark. And this is not me banging the story. There is an actual point to this. But you get to see Clark do some fantastic stuff as that. It's not great in the reporting sense. Now, Lois is jealous because she wanted the story, but Perry suggests she do the female version of this, which involves like hairdressers and other things that sounded really offensive. And this, instead of Lois going out and disproving him, which she can already do because we've already done those 2 pageants about the bravest, toughest women where they were doing very dangerous jobs, she's going to disprove this in another way that's somewhat clever and somewhat sexist. But it's not going about it in a intentionally hurtful way. I think it's more accidental, which sexism is sexism. Nothing really makes it better, but at least they're trying. I don't know what I'm going to say. You can't really defend Golden Age Superman stories or Golden Age stories in general. So why are these places being sabotaged? Well, it's because Clark's going to them. It turns out the last place he's visiting is a concrete company that's cutting corners in the concrete, and they don't want to be investigated. So why did they agree to Clark coming over? They could have just said no. Concrete companies don't sound as dangerous as those other jobs as well. Unless you're, making people disappear in that concrete. But yes, he puts this together and breaks down the concrete. Of course, it's very dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous because of what they've done to the concrete. It's not so much dangerous for the company, it's dangerous to be in the buildings they were involved in, to be in those buildings. And with that dealt with, I guess none of these dangerous jobs are going to be dangerous. Though we haven't really resolved what the toughest job is, but Lois has something prepared for Superman. And as he comes by, he makes him watch some children. And as they go chaotic and are too much for him, he gives up, proving that, household work is in fact hard work. I mean, it's trying to make a point. It's still 100% throwing, housework and taking care of the children at women's feet, but it's at least trying to make the argument that it's an actual, job, which still most men don't believe in. It is hard work. So I'll give it points to that. It could have gone horribly wrong. We've seen it go horribly wrong many times in the Golden Age. But as a cohesive story, it's maybe slightly more interesting than usual, but there isn't really a lot going on in each one of these set pieces, and which continues to be a massive problem in these comics, is we just have set pieces that are very quickly resolved so we can go from one to the other until we come to a climax of a Superman story. Adding a 4th one doesn't really change that. It just makes it shorter for each one. So there's even less going on at each one of these jobs. Okay, that is it from Superman 88, the toughest job in the world. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the man of tomorrow? And why doesn't Superman ever try to argue his job's pretty tough? I mean, he's generally getting attacked by, well, not giant robots, not enough, but, supervillains and that really annoying imp from the 5th dimension. Okay, have a great day.